The first single off of Thriller, The Girl Is Mine, featuring Sir Paul McCartney, was actually released in November of 1982, and it did pretty good. It was an instant international hit. It reached to number 11 on the Billboard Top 100. But let's face it, a lot of the critics and the fans at the time weren't really happy with it. They thought it was outright goofy and just wasn't good. In fact, some executives at Epic Records actually didn't think that it would sell over 2 million copies. And you may be saying, for today's standard, 2 million copies, that's a W. Well, when you're the king of pop and you're held to such a high standard and you're coming off of another album that, yeah, is on this classic album list as well, it's kind of hard to settle for 2 million copies. Fun fact, Michael's brother Jackie Jackson once said that he walked into Michael's room and he had "I will sell 14 million copies of this album" written on his mirror. And Jackie said that he was out of his mind, just like everyone else. But Michael knew something special was in this album. On January 2nd, 1983, Michael released his second single, Billie Jean, which immediately topped the charts. But there was only one thing standing in Billie Jean's way.
The kid is not
And it wasn't the
my
fact that the
son.
kid was not his son. It was MTV. Yes, MTV. If you're not familiar or you weren't around during these times in the early 80s, when MTV first came on the scene, let's just face it, they were a rock company and they specialize in playing rock videos. We'll say rock videos and not rap videos, if you catch my drift. And, they just weren't really interested in playing anything other than the niche that they've carved out. Well, at least they thought. See, the problem was the head of CBS at the time went ahead and put a call into MTV and let them know, hey, you guys have a bunch of our artists playing on your station and you won't play Michael. And we need you to play Michael so we can run these numbers up, make them go high on the chart. You understand? Play Michael or take all of our artists off the air. And what do you think MTV did? They played Michael. With the release of Beat It, it skyrocketed Michael's popularity. By March 5th, 1983, it was number one internationally and nationally on the Billboard chart. And the album had sold 2 million copies, just as Epic said. And then there was the Motown 25th. Yes, the day that Michael premiered the infamous Moonwalk. All jokes aside, after Michael debuted the Moonwalk on the Motown 25th anniversary, album sales went up from 2 million copies in 4 days to 5 million copies.
Melody God. Melody.